Okay. Welcome everyone to Team Perseverance Weekly Call. Today is January 23rd, and I'm excited to be introducing our guest speaker tonight. And I want to just tell you, please bear with me because living in Florida is really awesome this time of year with the great weather, but my allergies are about driving me bonkers. I'm telling you. So I have my tissue. So if I sneeze, I apologize in advance. And Melanie has her tissues because we are snot sisters tonight. Melanie's been fighting the flu. So with that said, those fingers crossed, we'll make it through with no sneezes. So I want to start off by just letting everybody know about the Team Cup. Registration is still open and it starts February 1st. So if you don't have a team, reach out to your upline diamond. It's a really great way to build your business, move your business forward, and win some awesome prizes. I think the last time I won a hat, just for doing what I normally do. So sign up, find a team. You only need one diamond. You need 5 people to a team. So with that said, I'm going to move on to some recognition. We have so many people this month that are helping people. When Dave posted the graphic the other day with all of the Success Club earners so far, it just blew me away because it really is a representation of just how many people you're helping and our team is helping. So I want to recognize everyone tonight. And I'm going to start with those who are almost there and working it. We have with 3 Success Club points, Stacy Larice, Jen DeSouza, Angela McLaughlin, Lisa Calicia, Jason Paciella, Michelle Broder, Jennifer Holdman, Teresa Mai, Jill Weiss, Nadia Fakira, Jamie Winslick, Michelle Della Sala, Shelley Follick, and Leslie Feely. With 4 points, almost there, we have Elisa Cahill, Laurie Payne, and Melissa D'Ambrosio. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. For Success Club 5, we have Jessica Guzman, Kara Fulop, Jenny Broder, Mary Palumbo. And with 6 points, we have Dana Savard, Lauren Klein, Elizabeth Guerrera. And 7 points, Shanna Carlucci. 8 points, we have Megan Bassett, Kelly Della Vecchia, and with 9 points, we have Sarah Bailey and Tyann Sanchez. It's awesome. Good job, guys. And in Success Club 10, we have myself with 10 points. Lori Kaufman and Joan Carroza have 13. Kristen and David Atkins have 15. Shannon Larice and Mary Peciella, 16. Laura Schiller, 18. And holy guacamole, Gina Strecco with 25 points. Amazing. Everybody give all these people a round of applause. It's so amazing. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Melanie Yocum, our guest speaker tonight. She is a diamond coach. She is the founder of Team Abundantly Fit. She is a wife, a mother of 2, Annie, who just turned 2, and Frankie, who's 3 months. She's a full-time teacher, and she is a very, very busy lady. I've known Melanie personally since the 2nd grade, and let me tell you, this chick is a go-getter, okay? Once she sets her mind on something, she does it. She goes for it. So it didn't surprise me when she became a coach. Halfway through the first challenge group she joined and hit the ground running. Sprinting, really. She left all of us in their dust. She signed up immediately for Coach Basics and hit Success Club. The first 3 months earning a ticket to Summit, where she joined all of us last year in Nashville. Very pregnant. And she, that I think just goes to show that she really doesn't let anything stand in her way. This girl has heart and hustle, and she's hit Success Club every single month that she's been a coach since July 2015, except for one little snafu in November, but we're not going to talk about that right now. She's also one of the top 5,000 ranked coaches in the entire company when it comes to Success Club points for 2016. So I think those are some amazing accolades. Melanie, take it away. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Melanie Yocum. Devon did a great intro. Thank you, Debo. We've known each other forever and ever and ever. So I'm so grateful for Beachbody because, you know, our lives kind of took us on different paths. And because of Beachbody, we are now back together, and it's just amazing. So I'm so grateful for that. And I just want to add a little bit to just kind of give you guys a little bit about me and, you know, where I'm coming from. I am an alcoholic. I am in recovery. I will be celebrating 5 years on March 25th this year. And that is a huge part of who I am. And I share that with you because it is the disease of addiction. And the people that we help, some of the people that we help do suffer from the disease of addiction, and it can manifest in many ways. For me, it was alcohol. For some people, it's food. I mean, it can really honestly be anything. And I'm here today to say that this journey that I've been on as a Beachbody coach, my transformation did not start in Beachbody. My transformation started in sobriety. But I can tell you that that was the catalyst, and it prepared me for the moment when I said yes to coaching. And it prepared me for that moment that gave me the opportunity to grow personally and spiritually beyond my wildest dreams. So I am telling you, if you are struggling with something, dig into what we do here, and you will blow your own mind. Because when I think about the growth that I've made on the inside since I started my journey as a coach, it brings me to tears. It really does. Like, it makes me want to cry. Like, that's how much this means to me. That's how much this coaching opportunity means to me. And it's so much more to me than helping people get fit and eat right. It's about growing from the inside out. And this opportunity that we all have as coaches is just the most amazing opportunity. So I invite you to just dig in, all in, lay your roots down and grow them deep, because the way you will grow up from those roots will just blow your mind. So to open, I just want to invite you guys to do a little exercise with me, okay? So I'm going to be talking about energy. I'm going to be talking about reframing things and really just our mindset, because our mindset affects everything we do. Every single facet of our lives is affected by our mindset. So I just got a little song I'm going to play with you guys. So I invite you to sing along with me. It's real quick. Nobody's going to care about what your voice sounds like. But just have a little fun with me. Come on, y'all. Come on. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry, come on, about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. So if you played along with me and you let down your guard, I'm sure that you realize just something that simple can totally change your energy. Like for me, I know like this day has been crazy. I've been sick. I've been stressed out. And I need to find these little snippets of things that I can do. So that's just one little thing you can do to change your energy and to change your mindset. So this call is going to be all about doing just that and reframing our mindset. So what I want you to do is, hopefully you have a pen and a paper, or if you take notes on your phone or something like that, I want you to go on a little journey with me for a moment here. So have your paper, have your pencil, or however you're going to write down what you're going to write down. So first of all, I want you to close your eyes. Just humor me. Just close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And let it out. And give your mind a moment to settle. and I'm going to ask you a question. So the question is, what obstacles am I facing when it comes to my business? What obstacles am I facing when it comes to my business? And just let it surface. And when you're ready, open your eyes, and I want you to write down what came up. Whatever it is, don't judge it. Just write it down. Write it down on your paper, write it down in your notes, however you keep your notes. And just write down everything that comes to mind. And what we're going to do on this call is we're going to analyze that, and we're going to reframe it for our good. So once you have that in your mind, and once you actually write it down and you can see it and you can, look at it, and I invite you, that wasn't a whole lot of time. So I invite you actually to do this again and to do it again and to give yourself more time. But once we have that in writing and it's a concrete thing, then we can face it and we can deal with it and we can use it for our good. And that's what the topic of this call is about. It's about looking at those things that we perceive as obstacles and seeing them for what they truly are, and that is opportunities for growth. But we have to be willing to see them for what they truly are, and that is opportunities for growth. So I am going to kind of take you through a couple of tips, actually 5 tips, that are going to help you to reframe it and reframe things that come up for you, not only on that list, but also things that come up for you on a daily basis. And if you just take a little time and spend some time in this, I'm telling you, your whole mindset will change. And when your mindset changes, your whole life will change, because everything starts and ends on the inside. You want to grow as a coach, you got to grow in here. And that's why PD is so incredibly important. So you don't want to just survive the obstacles, and come they will. Obstacles will come. They will knock us on our face. They will knock us on our butts. They will drive us down into the mud. They will come. If you are doing something right in this business, those things will for you. Life, I'm talking even outside of coaching. Everything affects how we coach, the things that happen on the outside. These are things you can use for life stuff too. And the more you can get a handle on this set shift, the more you're going to be able to get a handle on your life, and the more you're going to be able to get a handle on your coaching and drive it to the place where you really want to go. So you want to not just survive the obstacles, you want to thrive within the obstacles, because they are the stepping stone to that next level. So instead of fearing them, instead of hating them, instead of not liking them and pushing back from them, I'm inviting you to just flip it and embrace them. See them. Oh, yes, I'm getting that objection. Yes, I have an obstacle, because that is our opportunity for growth. If you want to get to that next level, you have to go through. And my sponsor always tells me, and it's so true for coaching, you have to go through what you have to go through to get to where you are today. And the same is true if you're saying, okay, well, here I am today. I'm at point A. I want to be at point B. Guess what? You have to go through what you have to go through to get there. So why not see it in a positive light? If you have to go, step over 10 stones, why not say, hey, this is going to be great, and I'm going to kill it, and I'm going to crush it, and I'm going to enjoy the process. I know it's easier said than done. So I'm going to give you some tips to help you to reframe your mindset. All right. So tip 1, perception is reality. Perception is reality. So this is how to thrive rather than to just survive. So what we perceive in the world around us is actually a reflection of what's going on in the inside, what's going on in our mind. So I'm just going to read this quote to you and see if it resonates with you. What people perceive is usually what they believe, and this is based on what they hear, see, and think. Most of the time, we cannot control what happens, but we can always control our reactions. So this is why PD is important. And I I've always followed directions, and I've always done PD, like when I did Coach Basics and the Compound Effect, read that. But I'm telling you, when I found some PD that really resonated with me, it was like night and day. I need the stuff that helps me to be organized. I need stuff like Eat That Frog, because that's what I struggle with. But I also need that spiritual junkie stuff. That's the stuff that makes me light up on the inside. And when I light up on the inside, my whole world transforms. So PD is so incredibly important. And I want to share a story with you guys. And this is a story really just about something that happened in my personal life. But the things that happen to us personally affect everything about us, including our coaching, especially our coaching. And those dark times and those obstacles that we go through allow us to be more relatable. So I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit. I'm actually reading 2 books right now. I'm reading The Universe Has Your Back for the second time. And I'm also reading the same author. She has a book called May Cause Miracles. And in the May Cause Miracles, every day there's a like a mantra for the day. There's a little meditation, and then at the end of the day there's a reflection. And this day was about gratitude. And this was last Wednesday, actually. And I was late, and I've got Annie who's 2, and I've got Frankie who's 12 weeks. And I went to leave, and I realized I didn't put the milk in the fridge from the day before that I pumped at work. And I mean, I'm talking like total meltdown, crying halfway to work. My day is ruined. I'm a bad mom. And I'm saying all these bad things about myself and having victim mentality, like this isn't fair. And I should be at home with my kids. And, why isn't my business growing more than it is right now? So I can be home with my kids, and all this really ugly, yucky crap that was going on in my head. And mind you, the day is about gratitude. That's how my day started. And I truly believe it happened on purpose. When I got to work that day, I walked past the hallway like I always do every single day. And the middle schoolers had done a Holocaust board. And I walked by that board every single day, every single day. And that day when I was feeling like a victim, angry, and I was mad that I have to, pump at work and instead of being at home to feed my baby, I looked and I saw a picture of a woman in the Holocaust who was breastfeeding her baby, and they were nothing but bones. And they were sitting there, and God knows how long they were alive after that picture. And I looked at that picture and I said, thank you, God. Thank you, God. That day was about gratitude. That was gratitude. Would I have seen that in that light had I not been doing that PD? I don't know. Maybe I would have looked at it and just kept moving like I do every single day. But because I was doing my PD and because it was something that resonated with my heart, I was able to see that. And I was able to flip my mindset and flip my perspective and see it for what it really was. That I have so much to be grateful for. This coaching opportunity, my home, my husband, my family, my children won't have to worry about eating. So many things in my life that are blessed and beautiful. And can you imagine how different my day was after that? It was completely different. And can you imagine how that energy then transforms into the conversations I'm having with people, to the invites I'm sending, to the posts I'm doing on social media? It's all related. It's all related. And in that moment, it came from my PD, and my PD that fed my soul that I was willing to jump into with both feet. So I just wanted to share that story with you guys to show you how incredibly powerful. If you kind of shrug it off and say, oh, it's just PD. No, it's PD. If I do nothing else for the day, well, I'm going to drink my Shakeout. But if I do nothing else for the day, I'm doing my PD. That is the most important part. So I just wanted to share that story. All right, so I'm a little weepy. All right, so tip 2. So we're going to move on to tip 2, lighten it up a little bit. So tip 2 is challenge your negative thoughts. Challenge your negative thoughts. So a lot of this stuff kind of overlaps, but it's so broad that I just am like taking little facets out of it. So tip 2 is challenging your negative thoughts. So every thought we think is an affirmation. Let me say that again. Every thought we think is an affirmation. So you absolutely have the choice to make your affirmation positive or to make your affirmation negative. Just like that example that I shared with you. Think of, the moment you send the invite and you get crickets. You could think of it positively or you could think of it negatively. You could think of it, oh, this is my opportunity for growth, to figure out how to reach out again. and not just let it go. Or I could be negative and say, oh, well, they don't want anything to do with it. So every affirmation is, part of our reality. So every thought we think is an affirmation, and our affirmations become our reality. So I want you to take a moment right now to scan your day. Think about your day. Think about, what happened in your day. Think about the thoughts that you thought today. And if I had you take a piece of paper, I'm not going to make you do this because that would take forever. If I had you take a piece of paper, write a line down the middle, and write down everything you thought that was negative and everything you thought that was positive, which side would fill up first? That says a lot about where you are here. And if I struggle with this, I know other people struggle with this because I work really hard at this. And I'm telling you what, it takes me a second to go into catastrophe mode. It takes me a second to go into that negative mindset. So think about that. What are those things that you're thinking? And you might say, oh, well, I can't control my thoughts. Well, to a point, I agree with you, but there's a point where I disagree. And that's when you're going to challenge your thoughts. So challenge your thoughts, challenge your negative thoughts. They're going to come in. So you have that negative thought like, oh, it's January 23rd. I have 0 Success Club points. I'm just going to give up and I'll just wait for February and I'll start over. That's not going to get you anywhere. Reframe it. Flip it around. Today's January 23rd. You know what that means? That means you have a whole nother, 7 days? That's a long time. If you've been working your business every single day, that is a long time. And I'm telling you, I've hit Success Club in like the 11th hour of the last day of the month. So never, never, never give up on that. And don't allow yourself the easy way out by using a negative thought pattern and saying, oh, well, I'll give up this month. Because if you want it, you can have it. You just have to think it, believe it, and then you have to do it. You got to put the action behind it. That's a big piece of it too. So tip 2, challenging negative thoughts. All right, so tip 3, the words we choose. And, I'm an English teacher. You guys know that if you know me. I'm an English teacher, so words are important to me, and word choice is important to me, and energy is important to me because I'm a yoga teacher too. But think of this. Think of the word trust. Now think of the word expectation. Trust versus expectation. It kind of means the same thing. I trust that there's going to be oxygen for me to breathe. I expect that there's going to be oxygen for me to breathe. It kind of means the same thing. But which one is the one that you can settle into and not worry about? The trust or the expectation? For me, it's the trust. And that's a very clear division. I trust that I'm going to help 5 people this month. I trust that I'm going to help 3 people this month, or whatever your number is. I trust I'm going to help 10 people this month. Not that I expect it, because when you expect something, it's kind of like a little negative, wah, I expect it. If I don't get it, I'm going to throw a fit. No, I trust it, and I can relax into that trust. And I encourage you, if you're seeing your people as numbers, and I know it's so easy to do because, it's rank, it's points, and all of that is important. But if you change your mindset and you come from your heart, you come from a place of love, what are we really supposed to be doing? Or what am I supposed to be doing? I can't speak for you, but me, I'm supposed to be helping people. Now, when I do that, it manifests itself in commission and points and rank and all of that. But if I just shift the terminology, instead of saying, okay, I'm going to get 10 points this month, I say, I'm going to help 5 people this month. Or if you sell the BOD On Demand Challenge Pack, that's 4, because you sell 3, 6, 9, and then a Shaco. And then you've got Success Club 10, and you didn't have to say a point at all, right? So think about that. Think about the words you choose. Think about got to versus get to. And I know that's bad grammar, but it's kind of fun to say. Like, you don't got to use social media. You get to use social media. It is free, okay? Use it. You don't got to make those posts about your group and about your struggles and about, how Beachbody has changed your life. You get to. That is a privilege. That is not a right. So think about that. Reframe it. So your social media, your invites, I don't have to. I don't got to make invites. I get to make invites. So just that one little shift in the way you word something, the way you think about something is going to change your energy. And I'm telling you, that's going to translate to how your message is received on the other end. So that was tip 3, the words we choose. Tip 4, get out of self and into others. So reframe it. Get out of self and into others. So let's say you are having a month where, I mean, you're just hitting the wall and hitting the wall and hitting the wall and hitting the wall. And I have to share with you guys, like, I didn't have any points until today. None. And it's not about the points. It's about that girl that I helped that I've been talking to since November. It's about her. It's about her journey and how I'm going to help her. But when I get out of self and get into others, it helps me to keep going so that I do keep sending those invites and I do keep sending those follow-ups. So I may have been discouraged that, you know, I wasn't being received and I wasn't getting that feedback from other people. So what can I do? I can get out of myself and into others. Who are the people who did say yes to me? Who are the people who are in my challenge groups? Who are my coaches that are in my downline that still need me to help them and motivate them? And they are in the challenge group and they are showing up. You know, how can I get out of myself and get into them? Because they already said yes. We don't just say, okay, here they are, and just let them go. No, what can you do? You can, you know, send a private message and tell them how great they're doing. You can recognize them in the group. You can do a fun contest and, you know, give away a water bottle. I know other coaches have talked about that. You can take somebody out for coffee. You can, I mean, there's a ton of things you can do that don't have to cost anything at all other than your time and your caring. So when you're struggling, when you're feeling like, you know, you're having a tough month and you feel like you keep hitting the wall and you feel like everybody's saying no to you, let go of that energy that you feel, you know, defeated, and embrace the energy of the people who are invested in you and who do want to be there and who do need you and need your help and your leadership and your way to go and keep going. And I'm proud of you, because, you know, those kind of things, when we say it sincerely and it's not just a little message like, oh, good job, those kind of things really go a long way. I know, you know, I like to hear that. I like when people say they're proud of me and they mean it and I feel that. So think about that. Get out of self, get into others, reframe it. And tip number 5. Tip number 5 is a huge one, and it's one that I struggle with personally because I'm a mom of 2 and under, as Devon introed, my little Annie and Frankie. And if you're a mom, especially if your kids are young, where are we? At the bottom, right? So, okay, self-care. Obviously, yes, we're doing our workouts. We're drinking our Shakeology. We're following our nutrition plan. Yes, and that's enough for our challengers. That is not enough for us as coaches. We have PD, which I've talked about. But we also have to have indulgences. We have to have those things that we do that are just for ourselves. And moms, I get it. I know you're like, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time for that. Yeah, you do. But you don't understand. No, I do understand. And you do. It doesn't have to be an excursion for the weekend. It can be something as simple as a cup of tea. I like essential oils. You know, little things like that. That takes 2 seconds. I roll it on, I take a deep breath, and it feels good, right? So I have this tea I want to share you guys. It's called Yogi Tea. I love it because every time I get a cup of tea, I don't know if you can read that. So I'll just read it to you. Life is a flow of love. Your participation is requested. I love that tea because when I drink it, I get that little message and that lights me up. So I want you to come back to your pen and paper because I'm going to have you write down a couple things. Guys, we need self-care, and it's not just to make yourself feel good, but it's to prove something to the universe that, yes, you are valuable, and yes, you deserve it, and yes, you matter. You know, go out, buy those new shoes. You deserve it. You deserve it. Go out, you know, give yourself a pedicure. You deserve it. Guys, go out, buy the Apple Watch. You deserve it. You know, it doesn't have to be big things, though. Like I said, it could be simple as a cup of tea. So come back to your list, and I want you to write down a couple things. So I want you to think about self-care, and I want you to think about what is something that you can do daily, what is something you can do weekly, and what is something that you can do monthly that is just for you. And I want you to write that down. Daily, weekly, monthly. And if you think that's not important, I'm here to tell you it absolutely is. It absolutely is. And while you're coming up with that, I just want to reiterate, I know I said this, but I want to say it again, guys. Repetition is key. We have to show the universe, ourselves, and our followers, those people who follow us, and there's a lot of them, Some of them we don't even know they're following us, and they're watching. We have to show them that we believe self-care is important, because we're expecting them to invest in themselves for self-care. We're expecting them to do that. So again, it's not enough for us to just do the expectation. We have to do more. So by sharing that stuff, we're showing everyone, the universe, ourselves, the world, that we matter, we deserve it, we are important, and self-care is key for happiness. And this is a great thing that we can share on our social media, because I know some people are like, gosh, I don't know what to share, I don't know what to say. That's something you can say. And if you're a coach who's earning commission, did you get to go give yourself that pedicure because you got a bonus? And if you're uncomfortable talking about the money, you don't have to. You can say something like, just by sharing my story, I was able to reward myself today and get a pedicure. And somebody might be like, share your story. What are you talking about? And they might comment, or they might PM you. What are you talking about? So, use every little opportunity you can of what you're doing in your life as a chance to share your story, to share what you're doing. You don't have to overthink it. It doesn't have to be this crazy, long drawn out thing every single time. It can be something as simple as, I took my sister-in-law out. She had drinks. I didn't, but, I took her out because she watches my kids, and I really appreciate her doing that. And I wrote about it. I bought Annie something and Frankie something that weekend too, and I took a picture of it and I shared it. And I shared that it was because of coaching that I was able to do that. I was able to buy my kids a little extra. I was able to shine a little light on my sister-in-law for the great job she does at taking care of my kids. And that was a great post, I thought, anyway. And, let me show a little love to her, and she deserved it. So that was my tip 5, self-care. Self-care is so incredibly important. So that's tip 5, and I'm just going to close now, and I just want to kind of recap and leave you with something positive. So go back to the stuff that you wrote at the beginning. Go back to the stuff that you wrote at the beginning when I told you to quiet your mind and close your eyes and write down. Your question was, and you scroll back up. What obstacles am I facing when it comes to my business? So look at that list, whatever came up for you. And if nothing came up for you in the moment, it's okay. You can always come back to this later. But I want you to reframe what came up and see it for what it is. I want you to, think of it as something that you're going to embrace. So for example, I struggle with objections. I do. I still struggle with objections. And I'm getting better at it one day at a time. And I'm getting better at it because I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to, listen to what the leaders have said. And then I'm willing to take it a step further and make it my own. I'm willing to uncomplicate the complicated by using what's there. I mean, Dave shared a script. You could copy paste it if you want. So if my thing that's holding me back, my obstacle is, I don't like objections of them, which actually comes from a place that I think I'm not enough, or what I'm doing is not enough. And it absolutely is. I can reframe that, and I can say I embrace objections because they help me, A, find out more about my customer, and B, help me to grow as a businesswoman and as a leader and as a communicator. So I want you to look at those things that came up for you for your your obstacles, and I want you to reframe it. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. That makes sense? Okay. And just write that down. So once you have that, that is something that you can take with you. I encourage you, do this, do it often, do it as much as you can to help you reframe your mindset, because when you do that, everything around you will transform. So I'm just going to leave you with this. Think it, reframe it, and then do it. That's the biggest part. It's not enough to just have all this stuff in your head and have all these things written down and all these great ideas. You actually have to get your butt moving and put some action behind it. And if you do that, all the rest, yes. So yay! I'm on my phone and I want to take a picture. So if you want to do your reframe, if somebody has a way to take a picture, somebody has a way to take a picture and share it with me. Does anybody have a way to do that? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to get myself off of it. Okay. Let me try to find one where I can see everybody.
No, I'll take the picture if you want.
Can you do it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, everybody do your reframe it.
Hold on.
Got it?
Got it. Got it.
Yay! So thank you guys so much for letting me share a little bit of my heart. This is who I am. This is what I do. And I want to just share this with you because, guys, I was about to pee my pants. I was really nervous about this tonight. Because I want to make sure what's in here and what's in here comes out of here. And I did a lot of meditation. I'm telling you, I got my stones. I got all of it, my Reiki. And I was so scared, even like logging onto this call. And as soon as I did, and I saw all of your faces, and I swiped, and I'm looking, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my family. And I wrote down, and I got a little teary, and I wrote, seriously want to cry with gratitude that I am here right now on this call. What was I so afraid of? I love my Fit Fam. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You guys helped me change my whole life. And that's all I have.
Melanie, you make me cry. You did so awesome. I know everybody who knows you knows how you are. I can't even do that right. But those coaches that don't know you, I'm sure they can feel your love and kind of get a really good feel for what type of person you are. And we're very blessed to have you on our team. And thank you so much for sharing your heart tonight.
You're welcome. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mel. You did awesome. Everybody needs to be following Melanie. You rock. Let me just tell you, I put it in the chat. I can't see you because I think Alyssa's sharing her iPad screen, but I know you can hear me. You are going places, my friend. You are going places. This is only the beginning for you. So,
no.
mark my words. You're closer than you think.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm taking screenshots of the comments because I want to see them. I know they'll be gone.
Well, you let me know when you're done, and then I'll end the call.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. All right. All right. I'm good.
Good. All right, Mel. Thank you. Devon, thank you. And everybody, have a great night. The recording will be up tomorrow night. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Good night. Thanks, Mel.
Bye.